My game Incaved Runner has officially been out for 4 months now, but I'm not done yet, baby! See, I'm transitioning my game from a regular Endless Runner to way more of a roguelite experience, with the hand-to-hand gameplay being of the Endless Runner genre. You know, like, Isaac is a roguelite, but its hand-to-hand gameplay is a twin-stick shooter. Same for Enter the Gungeon. Risk of Rain is a roguelite, but its hand-to-hand gameplay genre is run and gun. Risk of Rain 2 is a third-person shooter, you know what I mean? My game has been evolving from a standard Endless Runner to slowly receiving that massive overarching gameplay loop. It already has its own item system, but level generation-wise, it's kind of just the same level currently.
I've been playing for 3 hours straight now, it's constantly the same.
I have a couple of ideas for different stages. The idea is that you automatically switch stages every 1000 meters, which is also exactly when you would be rewarded with a new item. That makes for a cool reward system in my opinion. It's like,
hey, hold on a second, hey. What's up, man? Hey, congratulations on beating that stage. It looked tough. Yeah, as a prize, you get to pick one of these. Look. Yeah, pick one, because the next stage is literally Ohio, so...
I think I'll go...
something good.
I think I'll increase my jump height by 30%.
That's a great choice. That's an amazing choice.
And I want every stage to obviously not only be different visually, but I want them to have their own unique pool of obstacles. And my idea for this stage is to turn it into an overgrown part of the cave. Mossy, lots of plants, which also means that there are going to be a bunch of mutated animals hanging around. First off, I made a tile set that's much more advanced than the tile set of the already existing cave. It has a bunch of extra decorations, which remind me a bit of me. They don't really interact with anyone, but at least they look really cool. Then for the background, I had the idea of why not see if I can use AI as a tool to help create this repeating giant pixel art background, or at least see if it can help speed up the process, because drawing one, well, it takes a while. So I did all of that live on my Twitch, and Chad and I found out that, yeah, AI doesn't do too well when it comes to pixel art. Maybe it can do well if you feed it a bunch of pixel art images first, but yeah, this just wasn't it. So I figured, why not just make a regular mossy rock wall image, scale it down, and limit the amount of colors. I had to do a couple of other things as well to get rid of all those noisy pixels, but it still just looks like a really low quality picture someone took, not like a drawn art piece. For that, it lacks any sense of style. So I went over the entire thing and gave it an actual style. That took really long, and in the end the AI hadn't really helped me in any way. It just gave me the base for where the rocks would be, but yeah, no, it didn't really help me at all. But anyways, the final result looks pretty solid, I think, and I definitely enjoy running around in the currently still empty mossy zone. It's just a breath of fresh air compared to the regular zone. Now for that unique obstacle pool. I figured stalactites can really just fit in any stage in the game, really. Just recolor them so they don't look out of place, and that's it. Same for the acidic pools, they definitely fit well in here. Now obviously there's going to be a bunch of bats here, but I kinda need some completely new mutated animals in here as well. So I present to you the boar, baby! Let's go! You disturb the peace and you disturb the beast. He comes from behind you, just jump over quick, just like running from police. The animation frames are taken from a pig. Jumping over, he is running under, but he's not a stopper, so he makes you wonder. He's about to blunder, does a Harry Potter or a golem dropper, so you're going yonder. I'm just growing fonder of this mossy grotto till another one. What? Is that a fly? Mutated fly. I wonder why. Don't mind me, I'm just passing by. Oh my god, he's picking giant maggots. They got in my eye. The maggots cover the player and blind them. However, you can whack them off by swinging your hammer around and get rid of them that way. I like that because the maggots are more of a trail dropped by the fly. The player can be smart and choose the bottom paths from structures like these when the timing is right to make the roof catch the maggots for you. It's just a cool little interaction, so yeah, I made a bunch of those. For the sound effects from all of these guys, I generally use a library of sound assets I own and combine them, or add some effects when necessary. However, I couldn't find a good mutated fly vomiting out maggots sound effect. So I grabbed my mic, and here's the completely unedited, raw version of my fly vomiting recording. I don't think I can ever recreate this, and I'm honestly perfectly fine with that. Anyway, y'all ever got a shiny Pokemon, or? See, Pokemon has this system where any Pokemon you encounter has a 1 in 8,192 chance to be a different color than it normally is. Now, there are some people who don't really value life that attempt to hunt these for fun, but sane people, like you and me, have probably just encountered like 1 or 2 of these in our entire life. See, when I was a wee little fella, I encountered a shiny Geodude, which turns him from grey/brownish to solid gold. And I was in complete shock, of course. However, literally days before this happened, there was an episode on TV where a golden Sudowoodo got hunted because, he was made of gold. And all he wanted was to live a normal life. There I was, confronted by a golden Geodude in front of me, and all I could think was,
wow, you're golden as well. You must be hunted a lot. Oh, I better let you go. I'm sorry for bothering you. I hope you live a good life in this patch of grass I found you in. Goodbye, Geodude.
no, you idiot! No, I was too late. That's crazy. Anyway, I figured I'd add shinies to my game as well, just as a little nod to the world of my childhood. So bats, boars, and flies each have a 1 in 8,192 chance to be a shiny. And of course the color I went for is gold. Now, does this add a lot to the game? No, but how long did it take to add this? Exactly 10 minutes, so you know, what does it matter anyway? If you come across one of these fellas, make sure to take a screenshot immediately and share it in my Discord server. Now typically, roguelites have some kind of logbook or almanac to keep track of the items and enemies you encounter in runs. This allows players to actually understand the items more, learn exactly how much of a movement speed increase the movement speed increase is, learn a lot about the lore, and all without needing a fan wiki. And since my game doesn't have a fan wiki, there's no place for players to learn more about the items and receive tons of lore. It's not a hint for you guys to make a fan wiki, by the way. This is literally just me introducing my own logbook system. Now before all this, my favorite part of the game was the scrolling poster rack. Just so many uniquely designed, all actual in-world lore accurate posters, which it's just so cool. But I wanted to go bigger with the logbook. See, a theme of the game's UI is that it's very in-world, animated, and just... I can't even think of a word, it's just cool. At least I think it's pretty cool. It's the idea of the outfit selection menu being an old static TV where you toggle skins using the fast forward and rewind buttons, not just a standard outfit screen. It's the leaderboards button being an old traffic sign dangling around from the shopkeeper's chill spot, the shop being a poster rack that's, you know, an actual poster rack placed on the shopkeeper's counter, and all of this made me feel like the only appropriate way of doing a logbook for this game was by making it an actual logbook. Oh, call me crazy, but I can do this all day. And yes, I hear you, I might have referenced some other book opening animation for this, but come on, man. Sure, the logbook looks pretty cool, but I really wanted this to go hard. So check this out. Yes! Giving the pages some more depth through dithered shading, this sells the effect of flipping the page even more. Now combine that with darkening the bottom page right after starting the flip and right before ending the flip, makes it look even more 3D, even though it's literally just scaling the x-axis to 0 and then back to 1 again. Subtle easing adds the idea of perspective, making it look even more 3D. Now for filling up the pages. Yes, come on! The pages displaying the items explain what the items do exactly and give some stats. However, they also have some sketches that the main character drew or notes that were written down by them. Like for instance, for the blood bag item, the character scribbled a note, which is a list of compatible blood types. A pretty good note to write to yourself. So if you look closely, you'll find that the character you're playing as has the blood type A+. It's the small things like this that I just really enjoy in games. For the morphine item, there's a usage guide taped in there. Stress relief has a ripped out photo taped in there of presumably the original house of the character. Looking back at that photo probably relieves stress, you know what I'm saying? The grenade item has a list of different grenade models and their cooking times, because you never know what kind of grenades you find, and it's pretty nice to know when it explodes after activating it, right? While we're waiting, if you could like the video maybe, or... These item pages are cool, but there need to be some obstacle pages as well. These bookmarks dividing the chapters also function as buttons, so clicking the obstacle button brings me to the obstacle pages immediately. Obstacles don't require as much text to explain what they do. They're spikes. Don't touch the spikes. What? So there's a lot of space for lore and anatomy sketches, bro. I love this book so much. Lastly, my favorite pages, the stage pages. Yeah, I'm just really happy with how these turned out. The order in which pages are shown can be completely different every time. It's a modular system. So it's super cool that you finding the grenade item as your first item makes it so that your first page is the note your character took of this item. It's not like the grenade item is designated to page 12 or anything. No, it's just as you explore the items of the game, you take notes of them. You're actually filling in this book. Now, I cannot take all the credits for this. Some of these ideas came from people in my Twitch chat, so shout out to my fellas in there. If you want, you can be there next time. Just Just follow me over there. Also, I made some skins, of course. Skins, we love skins. Especially like the poster for the Wendigo skin. It's very cool and awesome. The poster list is growing pretty massive. Wow. Wait, is this still going?